Hiya, Andrew Bell, AbleSim here, and this short video clip we're going to look at the discussion chapter in a master's dissertation. Now, I've already suggested that your dissertation should have three elements. That is the demonstration of knowledge, the application of the knowledge, and the critical evaluation, the discussion. These three elements should be roughly equal in size. And the most difficult section to write is often the discussion section. So you want to make sure that you save your discussion from the literature review and from the analysis of your case studies or interviews or questionnaires for the discussion section. Point to it from those sections, but don't get into deep discussion within the literature review or the analysis of your results. Otherwise your discussion chapter is going to look very thin. The discussion chapter is really the part that is your work. The literature review, you are writing what other people say. The data collection or the case studies or the interviews, you're capturing what other people say. So this is your work. Introduce it as you introduce every chapter. Have a little introduction paragraph or page. Remind the reader what you've covered in the literature review. Remind the reader what you've covered in the research methods or the data collection section. Remind the reader of your objectives. You may have set an objective to discuss or critically evaluate. That's what you're going to achieve in this chapter. So just remind the reader as an introduction to the chapter. Now, discussion means debate. So set this up from the literature review. When you identify something that needs to be debated in the literature review, put the pointer there that it's going to be discussed later. And the discussion should parallel the literature review. So go through it in the same sequence as the literature review, picking up points that you've made in the literature review that need further debate or discussion. Discussion also means implications and recommendations. So this is going to be a nice pointer, you know, after you've debated and discussed something, there's going to be implications or recommendations. It's going to be a nice pointer to the next chapter, which is your conclusions, your recommendations, your further work. So what you need to do is you need to discuss the different theories that you may have covered in the literature review. You need to compare what the two authors say about a particular definition. Are they the same? Are they different? Why are they different? Why are they using different words? You want to compare the answers from your interviews. Are they the same? Are they different? Why are people using different words? You're comparing the case studies against each other. Are they using the same theories, different theories? Were they both successful, both failures? And then you can compare the theories that should have been used in the first case study, either successfully or unsuccessfully. Compare the theories that were used in the second case study, either successfully or unsuccessfully. So this gives you a lot to debate, a lot to compare, a lot to discuss. You're looking at the different definitions, you're looking at the different case studies or the interviews, and you're looking at the comparison of the theory with the case studies. And finally, you should be concluding the chapter. You should be wrapping it up, reminding people what you've covered in this chapter and leading them on to the next chapter, which will be the conclusions, the recommendations and the further work. So that's it. The discussion chapter, often a very difficult one to write. So save all your discussion for the same place, the discussion chapter, and make sure you discuss what you've brought up in the literature review, discuss the case studies, compare them against each other. And this is your work, so make it count, make it count. Thank you very much for listening.